What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, this is like a swap. Like, my brothers are on my podcast, I've been on theirs. You know, we have in the building today, we have We Love Hip Hop Network with FRDAY, Ricky Dred, and Dusty Wallace in the building today. What's going on, gentlemen?
Yeah, you already know. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to the podcast. You understand? Well, you know what? FRDAY, welcome back.
Yeah.
First time, Dusty, welcome.
Thank you. Scary Potter in the building.
Yeah.
As you know, staying cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Listen, you see the thing with you, bro?
Yes,
Dusty, it's like, I feel like you should have been a big man in the 70s because these things you say, you sound like a pimp from 1975 that just knows how to put it down. You
like
understand?
Watching all those
black exploitation.
I watched a lot of them growing up.
Bro,
I won't lie.
You always, when I say always,
Yes.
always come up with these one-liners. Like, where did this guy come up with this? You know what I mean?
It's just the artist in me.
Yeah.
That's transforming into a media guy. So it's just, I got to be witty with the wordplay, you know?
No, crazy.
So listen, I think Dusty's still. You got bars when we're doing our podcasting. You know what I'm saying?
Very
like,
much so.
He's now almost like a poet. You understand? A word poet, a wordsmith.
Thank you.
You understand?
I love those flowers. Give me the bouquet. Give me the whole bouquet.
Right there. Listen, give me a thing there. Each of you guys, give me a elevator pitch of who you guys are and what it is you guys do before we really get into this conversation here.
Okay.
I guess I'll start as a content creator, podcaster, media personality, former rapper, and sometimes just not the one that everybody likes.
We're going to get into that. Don't worry.
Me, on the other hand, I'm just, I'm like the wherever I lay my hat is my home type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I fit in, I'm a wide aspect of myself. So if you get to know me better, you would know I'm an artist. I'm a media guy. Do radio right now, 89.5 FM, CIUT. So like, there's many hats to me too, you know? Media is something that watching my big bro do, I wasn't like, I want to do that too and override him and take him. I was just like, yo, I'm going to make the thing elevate with him. So that's the character I am, and I'm more of a, what would you say? What would you say?
You're a personality, bro.
I'm a personality.
Yeah.
No, definitely, 100%. And I know you guys even got some virals, each on your own, before viral was even a thing.
Yeah.
With you, Real Toronto DVD,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And with you, a lot of the Vice stuff you were doing back then also.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And Yoey, the hit record Yoey that I have. So we've been viral before viral. Yeah.
Before viral was
It was
a thing.
viral. That's thank you for letting them know that.
Listen, again, if I'm going to say come to my platform, I got to know something about something if I'm going to have you in the seat. You understand?
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So what you guys been up to? How's the city been treating you guys and stuff right now?
You know, I feel that the city's been treating us good. A lot of the times when I might pop up on a blog or something like that, or, you know, sometimes I talk about negative comments and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that like we're doing bad or we're down bad.
Yeah.
I feel like it just means that there's motion for anybody to be talked about, or just even the city just to have a vibe where there's so many blogs out there. I think we're doing good as a city and as
we're
a platform.
blog city right now. It's a lot of blogs. I see podcasts coming up, but it's more blog centric, more Instagram centric right now.
Yeah, where it hits you a different way when you wake up. You don't know who's really behind it, so you can't give the face to the news. You know, it hits me hard, right? So when I see the guys who are doing it like FRDAY and me, like you could actually put the voice to the face and actually then go down the street and see me hanging out in like a Jamaican restaurant. You know what I mean? Or order my curry goat. It's like a lie. You know what I'm saying? Then per se, I see them saying something about a rapper, or it's bad news, or it's good news, whatever, whichever which way. I can't feel the energy maybe the person's trying to portray, or what would you
the
entity is trying to portray.
Yeah.
So it's a little different.
So
when I see
why do you think there's so many faceless pages, especially in Toronto right now? I seen you on Real Toronto News,
yeah, so
and you were speaking to the Faceless guy. That's what we'll call him now. Why do you think there's so many of them now? It's went from just being anonymous on Instagram and being anonymous on YouTube to now being anonymous in a podcast.
Yeah,
right. That's next level altogether, bro.
What do you feel about it though? Like, how do you feel that? Like, for instance, they're not seeing you right now as you're like.
But they regularly see you.
But we know who you are.
100%.
That's the thing.
You know what I
we know
mean?
who you are.
But you see, the thing with me is like this. I figure whatever I'm going to say, generally I have to stand on it or say, okay, sorry if I get new information, something like that. You're not afraid to be who you are.
It's very much
I think it might be fear, might be one. It might be you want to be wild and say all of this and have no accountability. That might be the next one. I'm not sure, but it just seems kind of weird.
I got an opinion on that. I feel that when it comes to a lot of the blogs, especially these newer Toronto blogs, because this is just a Toronto-centric thing when it comes to podcasting, even becoming faceless, right? But the blogs get really deep in it. And we got a lot of stuff to get deep into. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, you're hearing, for example, like the stuff that we were talking about off camera. That's, like, not intimate because it's a big public rapper, but it's the intimate details. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's this guy who got beat up in jail, and this person said this person and went to this person's hood. It's a lot of intimate, very political or the police types of stuff. So if you're posting that, you might not want to be the face of it.
All right. So then you said what I was saying. What if you don't post that? What if that's not your lane of things? You say, okay, I want to be in the entertainment. I want to be hip hop. I want to be whatever the case is,
Yeah.
But you still have to use your mind, your head.
Yeah.
And say, okay, this is what I'm willing to post, and this is what I'm willing to post. Once you're anonymous, you're basically willing to post anything.
Yeah, but you got to understand, right?
And not care about
shit
who
is
you're rooting.
hot. Listen, fam, like, it's negative.
Yeah.
And I don't condone it. But if you're like an audience member and you're getting to hear about all these rappers, like the most underground to the biggest rappers and all of the craziest things that they're going through, yo, that's some hot content right there. You know what I'm saying?
But then some people's lives are being put in jeopardy.
for sure.
Because
Yeah.
all you got to do is read the comments.
Yeah,
And then you putting together it. I see something go down, I just go scan the comments and I'm like, I like that how I go on, Mama Johnny.
Comments tell you everything.
I'm like, yo,
everything, bro.
And it's like, to me, I'm like, because I can't see the person's face, how do I know it's not really them? Why them? That's put that go, because I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
You do have a
anybody
point
who
there, bro.
does entertainment, this is called show business, right? You here to show your business.
Yeah.
So I get very weary when someone doesn't. I'm not saying everybody wants to be famous, but you do want to be credited for the work that you put out, your content that you put out. You'd want people to be like, hey, I like that piece, and know who you are.
Yeah.
I don't want to be looking around for the faceless guy. I got to
He
tell
knows
him I
you,
like your.
but you don't know him.
To tell him I like your content.
Yeah.
I'm looking for now. I don't know who to tell. I like your content, and then if I'm in your DM telling you I'm a dick writer. Sorry to use those words, but then am I writing? You know what I'm saying? So
I think it goes twofold though, because yes, you're right. There are possibilities that some of these blogs could be the boy them, but remember, a lot of these blogs got arrested too.
very
They
much
took
so.
charges, right?
Very much so, but we know
like,
which
going
ones.
too far.
Yeah.
So as far as those ones, we know they're not the guy. They're not police, right? But I just feel like we can go give them props for like, hey, like I might like your content.
Yeah.
But if you're the rapper who's been talked about, when you see them, you got smoke for them, right?
The rapper
What we
shouldn't have
do is
smoke.
something different.
Well, okay. Well, what about somebody like Traplor Ross, where he 1,000% shows his face in 3 hour, 5 hour,
He got
crazy
smoke.
documentary? But is that real smoke or is that internet
He has
smoke?
real smoke muscle. Like he's talked about it in interviews where he's like, people have gotten at him in the DMs. They've gotten at him.
Attempts, like literally.
No,
like,
they told him like, yo, fam, it's on. Like, you don't think that we can't come down where we don't move around in the UK to take
But
down
again,
this video.
How real is that? You understand?
Exactly.
If somebody pages you in real life and say, yo, this is what it is, all right? Opposed to a DM that most likely from a burner account. You're sending these crazy DMs. How real is that?
Well, I've been paged in real life once, right? I've spoken about this on the podcast before, right? Manage them came up to me one time and they were like, yo, what about that interview that you did with our ops? And now my answer was like, yeah, I interviewed your ops and I'm going to interview your friends tomorrow. Like, it's just this, we interview everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
CP24 doesn't just interview this guy over here and then this guy here. So then why are you held to a different standard where...
Because he's black.
If you interview this guy, there's a problem over here. CP24 is anybody.
Yeah, but they're not part of the community.
They're not.
They
Exactly.
are. They are, but they're overlaying.
Yeah, but they get to paint their own narrative, though. They get to paint their own narrative. They don't have to come and talk to you after they've painted their narrative in media.
Yeah.
And
right?
I don't agree that they're part of the community neither. They're
They
mainstream.
but they're a part of the larger community.
Yeah,
Yes.
but they can paint their
And
own
then,
narrative.
you niche down now, and then that's where you'd find us. But or the larger thing that affects everybody.
Well, you can't call up CP4 and call up the head anchor and be like, yo, when I see you, you did a report on my hood, dog.
You know what? I would like to see their DMs. I would like to see their emails that they get.
Their DMs are dry.
Their DMs are
are
dry.
not hitting them up for nothing.
You're right away. You're thinking that's going straight to the Whitem. Like
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You think you're texting the Whitem.
Yeah.
Right. So when it comes to the mandem, though, you get to see us. Like you could buck us in a KFC and be like, yo.
Yeah.
Wagwan, like, yo, da-da-da-da-da, and you got to explain yourself, or it's love, one or the other, right? So it's a little bit different when you can really touch the person. When
you're now fathomable, you know what I mean, where I could now touch you, where I could see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? CP24 people, you might see them somewhere.
Well, even if
but
you
most
do see
likely
them.
you won't. You know
But
what
even
I
if
mean?
you do see them, right, they can always be under the guise of, listen, I'm just a reporter doing my job. I just say whatever they put in on the table in front of me.
Yeah.
Where it's like, as us as independent creators, we have the choice of whether we're going to cover this or cover that. So when that artist feels a way about what we covered, they're like, fam, you could have chose not to cover it. It's your own company.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Which is true. Which is
Okay,
true.
so
I'm into protection.
Yeah.
I'm into protecting the artist too, right?
100%.
I'm into like, if it's not to be said, if they're saying it, I don't think I should be saying it. Unless they call me and tell me, yo, dog, get this out for me. Then yeah, that's a situation I will take. But bro, if it's a thing where a man's getting dealt with a certain way, you got to remember they have kids. Kids go to school. You don't know if they drop their kid off at school. And now teacher seeing this. Teacher could be into hip hop, seeing, oh, your dad's this. Oh, yeah. Hey. Checking the kid's lunch bag for a strap. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or it could get weird, right? And you could be damaging homes, bro. So, and these black men, I feel, are trying to create homes, whether they came from a good one or a broken one. So if I'm a contributor of giving out bad news, I'm not helping their career, fam. I feel like I'm destroying them. I'm giving someone a chance to have an opinion on them when I'm the opinionator. I'm the person who's supposed to make you like them. So I tend to like shy away from like that type of energy, like where I'm giving it, we don't really want to talk about if man's
I got a good one then. If you have a guest that comes on the podcast, they say something that doesn't sit right with you. It might be true, but it just doesn't sit right with you. Do you still put it out, or do you edit it out of the podcast?
Now, with that right there, I usually put out everything. There are times that a guest might be like, can you take that out of what I said? Yeah. Then I'll take it out. Yeah. Now, if there's something that's incriminating that's the guest has said, and he doesn't even realize or she doesn't realize that it's incriminating, I'm actually going to take that out for them.
Yes.
Right? And look out for them in that type of way.
Yeah.
But if they're dissing their ops and I don't agree with it, this is what they came to do.
Yeah.
Like I came to talk to them about a whole bunch of other stuff and they decided to diss their ops.
Yeah.
If
Like,
they,
But then
if
it
they
looks like
brought it up,
you know what it looks like though? Sometimes it looks like you asked them the question,
No, but if they brought
probably
it
think-
up on their own, are you still responsible for them saying this? We were talking about A, and they just randomly said B.
This has happened to me a few times before, right? And as a face, like as a platform with a face,
Yeah.
I always have a certain technique, and over the years, like even when I was doing interviews with Herc over the years and stuff like that, it's like we didn't even have to tell each other. We just know keep a straight face while this person's like getting their rant off.
Don't indulge in it like
don't
you're
laugh.
agreeing with it, or
not too much head nodding.
And if you do, you know that's on the other camera that's getting cut out where nobody's seeing that.
Yeah, but at the times I wasn't editing my own stuff, right? So it's like I don't want to have like the edit come out and we're like, right? Because then that now it looks like we're liable, like we're
endorsing it.
You're endorsing it.
Yeah.
But it's like, fam, we've had interviews where the interview's done, we're wrapping up, and then the person's like, yo, by the way, so and so, and I'm like,
Wowzers.
and we just kind of just go, have the kind of surprised face, like
I stay
whoa.
still.
Yeah. Very stoic.
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 Yeah, man, you just gotta know how to move around those types of things. But as far as like cutting content, there's only two reasons that I would cut content. But I feel that people should be able to get their stuff off, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
different. That's different if it's an interview or something like that. But like I said, blogging about it or hearing something that was on the news or hearing something in the streets and then we're talking about, I'm not doing that. We ain't doing that.
Yeah. And that's where I get a little bit more hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm reporting. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I report on things that people don't like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll catch a DM.
Dusty will catch a DM for it. You know what I'm saying? I'll do a live stream for like 2 hours, report on like 5-6 different things.
Yeah.
I've cut content before and the news stories, do independent news stories just on this one subject that's happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can go home and maybe do a news story on what happened, what we were talking about off camera.
But first
I
find out.
probably won't. But like, I've done those stories and then had people DM me and say, hey, can you take that down? It's an open case. Yo, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about people on the run, all types of stuff.
It gets crazy.
It gets crazy.
That's why you have to have
about
consideration for people's homes.
100%. And I think that's been your stance from you came here. Is just have consideration. Yeah, we're media.
Yeah.
We do what we do, but you still gotta put that extra thought in your mind for consideration.
You still have to go do your grocery shopping. You still have to do your thing, dog. Yo, these other people are different from us. I don't even know if they exist for real sometimes. I gotta be like,
they're AIs, bro.
Like, where's Jojo Chinto? I haven't seen him ever again. You know what I mean? I've never bumped into that guy again, dog. Yeah, I have to go that far back, right? Because I don't really know the names of all these other ones. Brandon Gomez, okay. Could bump into him, but haven't seen him. Yeah. So it's not like I could ever have an issue, if he was reporting something.
These men don't get into the mud, bro. We get in the mud.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we still got to walk around.
Yeah. Talking about being in the mud, being in the mud comes with hate, all right? What's one comment or one thing somebody could really do to agitate you where you say, fuck it, I'm picking up this mic here and we're dealing with this right now?
If you tell me you're going to deal with me in front of my youths, them or something. Like I've gotten those ones. I've gotten some stalkerish, weird, where I have had to set up my own hacker team and start finding people and, get weird with them back. And it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? I've had long talks with FRDAY.
Yeah.
On some, you know what I mean? Like, I won't lie, I do therapy.
Yeah.
But it's for my own personal, you know what I mean? My struggles. And like those things could throw this crazy person off. Right? Like if so that is things like if you threaten me about like family, my, you know what I mean? My well-being of my family and stuff like that. That's when
it's on.
I'm not saying it's on because I have to learn how to determine if this is a bullshitter because you can't bullshit a real bullshitter. So I gotta really walk with God in those type of situations, So that's the only thing. Yeah, that's the only thing though that will have me call you. Right away, you say anything, I'm calling you, and if you ain't answering back, you then for sure ain't about it. If you answer your phone and be like, yeah, pussy man, I'll be like, okay, like regroup.
Now I got.
Am I throwing a white flag or am I going hard more in the paint? Because now this is serious, right? But most of the time, it's been like then I don't show any attention to it, and it fades.
Oh wait, they're trolls.
What I find a lot of times, they just want you to answer them.
Yes.
And when you answer them and say, oh, you know what, thank you for answering. I didn't mean it so bad.
But then, okay, cool. I understand that if they have a dialogue back with you, but if they keep going like, calling you all types of words out of and maybe using things off of the podcast to use against you or something, just to make you weird it out, to make you almost feel like they're following you or something. That is actually mental issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I want to like address that. That's mental to me. Now, I can be a professional mental person too, but I'm going to have some sense to it because I have children at home. I have a family to feed. I'm not going to just go crash out on somebody that's talking to me through a fake account.
And they see your face.
And they see my face. I don't see yours. If you're a real bad man, you'd show me your face. And I would take it. I'd be, all right, bro, what's your problem? You know, I offended you. We can talk this out because, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to go that far if it's that serious. And if it is serious, I think a person would show their face.
Yeah, yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
They'd let you know I'm mad, you know? And that's what I would expect from anybody in the industry or anything of the sort, not to like play that game of it's like a cat and mouse, like, you know what I mean? I don't like that.
I find with a lot of, whenever you get like fucked up comments, my way of saying, yo, fuck you, is liking it and moving on. Liking it so you know I saw it.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I
that.
did not comment back, bro.
I do that too.
You understand? Pin you sometimes if we're going to go the extra mile, like you and pin you and not comment back.
I do that.
You don't control me. I control
I do that very much so. But it's when it gets to the DM thing, then I'm like, all right, cool. You're getting weird.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to get weird back or whatever, you know?
Like it too.
I'm
just
very,
like that and move on.
Yeah.
I'm very selective with who I respond to now, right?
Yeah.
Like in private, most times I'll just throw you in the restricted area or just block you. Like my blocked account is almost like I can sell all those accounts and have a whole other Instagram account.
Yeah.
Like
It's that
and
one.
the hate on Friday account.
Followers. Yeah.
Like, you want to hate on me? Here's an account. You can go crazy.
It's all blocked people. You know what I mean? Like over like the last 7 years, like if I see something I don't like, I just block you.
Yeah.
Right? But as far as if I see somebody who might be able to push the needle in any type of way, then mic's on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like the last response, I had a response to The Crook the other day.
Yeah.
Right? But it was because I like his music. I think he has a pretty big voice out here.
Yep.
Right? So if you're going to say something about me, now I have to respond. And that's the same with any other people who I've actually responded to. It doesn't mean there's not a whole bunch of other people talking a bunch of smack.
Yeah.
But they just, I don't know, I might see their YouTube video or their Instagram post or their live.
Yeah.
I'm just not saying nothing.
No, I just
You have to be selective. You choose your battles. You're not going to worry about everything, you know what I mean?
No.
Let's talk some Drake here. Drake just dropped a new album last week, Friday. All right? For my dogs.
For the dog, then.
We've had about 9 days to really soak it in now. What's your honest opinions on it? And I got some opinions too, but we're going to talk about that just now.
There's a lot of not for me's on it. And then there's a lot of I likes. Okay? It's 50-50 for me. I'm waiting for some of those songs to grow on me, and some of them have. But some of those songs, it's just clearly not for me as a demographic. And I'm not mad at them. I don't think the songs are trash, right? Like I have to pull back on my first assessment because it was just like right when it came out.
Yeah.
But they're just not for me, right? It's more for a 21, 25-year-old.
It wasn't
demo
made
type
with
thing.
you in mind.
Exactly. And I can't be mad at him for that, right?
Yeah.
Where at first I was like, yo, where's mine? Where's mine? And I'm like, I'm in my 40s. Like, bro, you're not going to be streaming it as much.
Yeah.
2, you're going to be getting out the door in the next 10 or 20 years, where if I hit a young fan base, they're going to be riding with me for the next 50 years or 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I can't be mad at him.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right? And the song that I do like, I like.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Dusty Wallace.
Me, I like the album, but I don't. It's comme ci, comme ça for me.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a schizophrenic patient, just up and down, didn't take their meds for me. You know what I mean? Because I'm so Toronto ignorant. I didn't hear one of my guys on there that are on the up and up, where, you know, put a little dollars in their pocket, help them catch a money and catch a buzz and make, you know, even if you felt it was going to lower the standard of the album, which I don't think, because you could have chose wisely, like, what's his name there?
Toby.
Yeah, and
Killy, you were saying earlier.
Killy also, and what's his name, man? Northside Benji, like not even a Northside Benji on the album. The kids love him, right? And so that's where I was like, if you're gonna leave me with something monumentally, there should have been something from here that would have had me as an older person stream it, because I mess with the kids from here, from my city. I listen to them. I don't care. I'll be 50 and I'll be like, who's the new you down in Toronto?
You're supporting Toronto.
I'm supporting Toronto. So that's where my whole of the album, where I'm like, is it for me? Not because of my age, it's because of who's not on it, that I feel you give them love on the internet vibe, but I need to see the love on a international vibe, like where New York now would have known, like, yo, I've been hearing about Killy, or I've been hearing about North, but now they got him on an album. They can get that Toronto feel for real. Like there was just that one record that could have been there that I know I would have been on repeat with, because it's someone from our hometown. All right, so that is my tiff about that album. I don't hate it. I just think it's comme ci comme ça, because it's not what I was looking for when I was waiting for this for the dogs.
For the dogs.
I think you know what it is. Again, I don't know why everybody was tricked. You know, Drake puts out these names of albums.
Yeah.
That's never, it's never what it is. You know what I mean? You're going to hear For My Dogs, and you're going to think it's straight rap from track 1 to 17. It's going to give you that hard-hitting feel.
I knew
and a lot of people, that's what they felt. And when they didn't get that feel, they almost were put off, because this isn't what I thought. He didn't say this is what it's going to be, no. But I thought this is what it's going to be. And then because of that, you're now mad with him. He did not say this. You thought it.
You thought it.
Yeah, we projected.
But you know what? Remember, his beats got some binaural effects to it. In like 2 months, we're all sitting with a wine glass in our hand in our house, singing the R&B tracks to your gal, and just, you know what I mean? I get it. But I still didn't hear my one Toronto guy on there. Okay, Party Next Door, but it's like he's household. Like we've been through him, dog.
Yeah.
You have to give me something where like, no, I'd have been like, yeah. Man, them got on the album. Yeah, let's go. Let's see what's gonna happen. He's next. Like,
yeah. He can stamp who's going to be next.
Yeah, like he didn't give me someone to hold it down after you, like in a sense. You know, you're gonna be off for a couple years or something. Fam, you didn't give me somebody else? You didn't replace the pack?
I got thoughts about that too, but okay, we're going to go 2 steps deeper, but this is the first one. Have you ever felt it this way about any other Drake project before, or this is the first one you felt this way about?
That's an interesting question. When Views first dropped, I was on the fence with some of those songs. And Views was actually a really pivotal time for like content creators like myself. Like I reviewed every song on the album and did like YouTube reviews. Like I got a couple of million views off of some of those reviews. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like pre-podcast.
Yeah.
But there was lines that I hated, like got so many chains, they call me Chain and Taden. I remember I used to shit on that line over and over again, right? But in hindsight now, when I'm listening to the Views album, I'm like, that's some of his best work.
Yeah. I agree. And then when I hear Yachty saying this is his best work, I'm like, you haven't listened to none of his albums, my guy. I thought you're his best friend.
Catalog, man. Yeah.
I thought you're his best friend, dog. You're supposed to know this inside out. You should have been telling him, hey man, you don't have any of these Toronto guys on it that you're always telling me about?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Where are they, bro? You didn't, like, you got to connect the dots for me now. It has to really make sense because we're so into people's lives because of the internet. So it doesn't make sense. If you're talking about certain mans on records, why aren't I seeing them on these albums now?
TV Gucci on a record.
Even TV Gucci, I'm not even seeing him on a record, dog. And I'm waiting for him to be on a record. Like, that's your nig, man. Like, you have a crew, dog.
And
like,
he's
how come I'm
in
not
the
hearing
crew,
the crew?
so it's not like he went for anybody outside of the
Even
crew.
if you brought, like, even a P-Rain, dog, I would have been like, yeah. That would have been the best record on. You would have been here seeing everybody saying that's the best. These are the best records on the, because we relate to what you gave us now. And then you're a worldly guy. Yeah, you have Yeet. You would have still related to everybody because you gave them them. You gave them Yeet or something, but you did not give the rest of the world where you came from. You know what I'm saying? You just gave us you.
He's
We're
gonna
done.
hear this, yo, and eventually, next thing you know, this next project's gonna have like 8 Toronto rappers.
You
on
better,
it.
man. And I will buy 100 albums.
You're gonna bring
I'll
Adrena
stream it
Mills
all day.
back, everything.
And I will be the biggest supporter because I'm like, I got something to stand on. As a media guy, from being here, I got something now. I can go and talk to that rapper about what's the feelings, how you feel, how's your life
on
changed.
and everything.
You better.
But remember, just like he did a history, it was when he didn't do OVO Fest.
It was the all Canadian,
all Canadian.
All-Stars,
He does do things.
He's plugged all the way in, you know.
Plugged.
But a lot of times, I don't think people really understand the 3D chest that he's playing.
I kind
You
of do.
understand?
I'm asking for something a little bit more like right now. I'm actually
You're
trying to
pushing, you're pushing for it now.
Yeah, I'm trying to squeeze blood out of the rock.
At this point, you think that in his career, you could do that right
Just
now.
do it.
At this point in your career.
Just do it because when you look at how rap is for the last 50 years, Jay-Z had a Memphis Bleak, right? Cameron had Jules, right? He had Jim Jones. I know who these guys. I know Cameron, but then I knew the rest of the Dipset.
Yeah.
You're not introducing me to the rest of the guys, the dogs, for me to really say, yo, this is a guy, like, he's really elevated the city, put some value on our city now, because now who else has value?
Yeah.
I see Killy selling out shows, to arenas back-to-back 2 nights, bro. If I was Drizzy, I'd have been drawing for that. You're on this record with me and Yeet. Yo, your money's about to go up. Yo, do some positive things. Start a label. Do your thing now. Because you're gonna be getting royalties now. You're in that food, right now. TMZ's taking pictures of him.
Yeah.
Now we just pass it down. Now when he's doing his thing, he has his little guys. He can say, "Yo, help someone else over here." That's what those Americans do, right? Well, it could be the smallest thing. It's a link, and they go with it and they ride it to the end till the wheels fall off. Yeah. I know what he's doing. He put Smiley on for us, but I still haven't seen the Smiley in the video with him and Smiley. I'm asking, where's that at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? There's probably money situation. I don't know, but you got to give it to me.
A lot of business behind the scenes. And this is really the third part that I wanted to go to, because Drake, I think, is he turning 37 or 38?
I believe he's 39, but anyways, go on.
All right, okay, somewhere around there.
You pull back 3 years.
Yeah.
You have to.
Is hip-hop in a place where we're accepting a top-tier 40-year-old rapper?
You better.
Yeah.
No, is that where we are? We know these three in this room. We're talking, say, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
The general public, are they accepting a top-tier 40-year-old rapper?
You know what? Now that you rephrase the question, because at one point in time we did, our generation, we grew up with Jay-Z getting older.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All the way into the 444 album, where the man was now in his 40s going into the early 50s, and we're like, we can't wait for new Jay-Z. But this is us who grew up
watching
the whole hip hop, almost the whole hip hop existence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now these young little, let's say 21-year-olds, I feel they're not looking at somebody who's twice their age to be their favorite rapper. They want somebody like an NBA young boy who's right around their age group.
Yeah.
If they start seeing that you might be the guy who might have to be putting some dye on your beard or anything like that, they can see right through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter how young you try to play it, and I'm not just saying just Drake, just any. The Khaled's of the world, Diddy, any of these older guys.
Yeah.
They'll get the love. They'll get the post on the Shade Room, all that type of stuff. But a young 19-year-old fan who's yo, I can't stop listening to that.
Yeah.
That ain't happening in 2024, 2025, fam.
No.
I'm sorry. They need people their age. That's why we have Yeats and all these different people, because their fan bases are rabid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're obviously not more successful than Drake yet.
Yeah.
But their fan bases are growing up. You know what I'm saying? They're getting new fans that are new 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds that are going to them before they go to a Drake.
Yeah. But
You know
they
what
know
I'm
he's
saying?
on the biggest record with him, so they're gonna be like, I think I like him too now.
Yeah.
My mom listens to they're coming at a point yo, my mom listens to that shit.
Yeah.
So what am I doing listening to that? But they'd be like, my mom be listening to that on a Sunday cleaning the house. Remember, our parents would be listening to
But
Barrington
then we
Levy.
like that 20 years later. We didn't like it at the same time.
Thank
know what I
you.
mean? We liked it 20 years later when
Thank
we grew up and we understood. So, okay,
Stood.
you know what?
Mhm.
That was
Music,
good
this.
music. But at the same time, when she was on it, when she was listening to it, we didn't really want to listen to it.
No.
When our parents and our grandparents got to Facebook, we don't want to be there anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And
I get it.
when our parents were when we were consuming whatever our parents was like subconsciously,
Yeah.
we also didn't have the gram.
Yeah.
100%.
We didn't have
have
that
the gram.
distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These kids are growing up with social media.
With a phone right
With-
out of the womb.
Exactly. So they're clinging to different things and they're clinging for different amounts of time. You know what I'm saying? They might not have that 10-year effect later on, like, oh, I can appreciate my parents' music 10 years. Nah, man, they moved on. There's so much information that's passed their eyes over the next 10 years. They ain't going to remember what their parents were listening to. They ain't going to care.
No, but I believe, though, Drake is making that music, though, where 10, 20 years from now, I'll be like playing it and be like, yo, I remember where I was when these tunes were out.
For us.
Yeah.
And for the guy who's 25
That's why he's doing the song that he's doing now.
now.
So where does that leave Drake right now, his situation? Because you're in upper echelon in age, but you're still the number one guy.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So then where does this leave the number one guy in this lonely spot? Does he continue his own thing where he sounds how he wants to sound? Or does he now join you guys just to say, okay, I'm still cool, but I'm over here? Where does that leave Drake now?
If you were still coming down to the man them, I would have heard one of the man them on this LP. If you were really doing it like that, right? I really feel you're doing what you do, right? But you're controlling your narrative and keeping yourself relevant. But I feel like the selection of the 1-2 artists to keep yourself relevant with the younger kids in Canada wasn't the best choices.
But what is relevant when you're at Drake status?
Relevant is to
do you
him.
not create relevance by you
He
being
used
that
to
guy?
create relevance.
He used to.
Let me show you where my theory.
Yeah.
I think that Drake is trying to figure out an escape plan.
Yeah.
Right? He's been the top, he's been the hottest for so long, and it's very hard to sustain that. Okay? So now he's just trying to figure out a way where he can still leave on top, not leave a huge void, I guess, right? And not have a whole bunch of obligations, because he probably still has contractual obligations, right? But when I do dip off and leave, like I didn't fall off.
Yes.
I left on my own accord.
I left on my own. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But it's hard to do that and still please everybody. Like, for example, if you did what you
Just
want,
one.
Yeah.
right? Like, fully into what you want. Like, let me do it. Get a bunch of Toronto rappers on. He might not get as much success off this album, and that can't be the time I back away.
Yeah.
No.
Right? So I got to do another one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now if I can please all these people and get everybody saying you're the number one, now I can get away.
But I didn't say him have a whole heap of artists on the album. No, I said one.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I'm talking about just the success of the albums. Like, he has to be able to leave on the high. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's so many other rappers who didn't. He doesn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
So he's trying to figure out the way to just get out of the double dutch. Like, it's hard right now.
So would you say he's a victim of his own success?
Kind of.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
created this thing that's so astronomical. Now what do I do now? I'm here. I'm at the top of this mountain that I built. So what do I do now?
I'm supposed to pass it off to one of the man them.
Yeah, but if it doesn't pass off right?
You
Like,
look
I
like
get
you
it.
flop. You look like you flop.
Like, it's the super L, bro. Like,
L.
you passed it off to some, like,
Okay, Bad
it's
Bunny's
hard to
artist.
pass it off to somebody and expect them to be able to check all the boxes that you checked over these last 10, 13 years. Like, this nigga could sing like a full R&B song, rap like to the point where like he can go do freestyles for like 5 minutes long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make club bangers. Like, he has all of the
Genres.
things checked off.
Yeah, everything.
To replace this guy,
Is
you got to be that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's hard. Like, does that guy exist right now, fam?
I don't think so.
Is there another level of talent that's at Drake level?
But did we even see Drake coming in the first place where he became this monster? Or was it something that just level by level by level until you exploded? You remember the year right before, what was the album? I think it was Thank Me Later.
Yeah.
Right before Thank Me Later, he had 1,000 features. He was featuring with everybody. R&B,
He made songs
hip-hop. And then we just seen up, boom. So then now probably we don't see somebody climbing right now, but there could be somebody in the background building. God, what if it's a guy from New Zealand? Because nobody's seen a Canadian rapper taking over the game, That was never a thought in anybody's mind. What if this new guy comes from New Zealand now?
Or Italy or something.
He's got to find them, and they have to be available, right?
Yeah.
Like listen, I'm not part of Toby's promotion team.
No.
Sony don't pay me no money. But I think Toby is one of the most talented people out here.
Yeah.
He does what Drake can do.
Yeah.
Right? He can sing like really well, not just okay shower singing, like sings really well, can rap his brains off, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm not sure if he makes beats or not too, right?
Yeah.
And he's got to look like he's got the 6 foot and change or whatever.
Like 6'6".
But he's not available.
Yeah.
He's scooped up somewhere else. So they can't say, okay, well, I'll just use Toby to replace me because he ain't yours.
What if Drake doesn't want to be replaced?
You can't replace him, but you can pass it down.
What if he
Not
does
replaced.
not want? No, but what if he doesn't want to be? He wants to die on
on top.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
That's
wrong
maniacal,
him.
bro.
I don't wrong him. No. I don't wrong him.
There is no throne after I'm gone.
Yeah, no, damn right. Bun it down.
Yeah. I'm dying on the throne.
And bun it down with me.
No,
I
it
get
never works out, fam. It never works out. When that person who doesn't want to let go, that's when you start seeing the fall off.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, oh, bro, that idea that you have wasn't as hot as when you were 30-something or that. Because remember, he's not getting younger.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the 40-something-year-old Drake is,
approaching.
is he going to be gone then? Is he going to be retired or is he still going to be on
he's
his
gonna do his Jay-Z.
15th album or
He's
whatever?
gonna do his Jay-Z, bro. That's when he's gonna come back and hit us. He's gonna spend 3-4 years off the scene. And he's gonna hit us at the 40 mark and mess us up.
Yeah.
Talk about him now. He's gonna have a couple years to have some more kids. Start walking your kids to school. Do the things like really a parent's supposed to
regular
do.
for a second.
Eating dinner at the right time. Like, you know what I mean? Going to bed at the right time. Like certain things is gonna click now. He has to live. Like he's gonna have
to get bored.
Normal.
Yeah, he's gonna be normal. He's gonna be normal now, right? Now it's gonna flip. We're gonna hear now the 40-year-old Drake in a couple years.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like, yo, this is what I've been doing. Had a couple kids. You know what I'm saying? Like fucked out the place. Real tours. I'm back. Like, but I'm still gonna be mad. You didn't leave me with someone in the 4 years from my city to say, yeah. You're leaving me with Smiley. I love Smiley.
Yeah,
but I'm saying on that album so that it was something concrete to make me know, yo, this is what's going on right now. This is who you guys are supposed to listen to from here. Hands down. I don't care if he's not on OVO or if he was on OVO. You should have gave me something from here. Completely.
And as he dropped the album, he announced that he's taking a year off for health and stuff.
Yeah.
But really and truly, what does a year off for Drake looks like? Drake doesn't put out an album a week. So if he's gone for a year, is he really gone? Do we really miss
think he
it?
should take 2 years.
You think too?
Take
I
it
think
till
it should take
40
2 years.
Take it till 40.
Because
Make us
a
miss it.
year just goes by like this.
Yeah.
And in my advice, I think he should be taking that time to go to these different places that he might have toured and just hang out,
Yeah.
right?
Interact.
He's got his son Adonis growing up and stuff. Go hang out with Adonis and just have quality
Vibe.
time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hang out with your Mom Dukes. Mom Dukes is getting older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a person who's experiencing this as a man in his later 40s who I'm seeing people pass around me. Spend the time with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You've achieved everything you need to achieve.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now when you're coming back on your own accord.
Yeah. Take it
Just
in.
Take all the time you need.
Yeah.
Right? Like we can debate on how much we want from him, but in the end of the day,
It's him.
this man gave us a lot,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
This has
probably
been like a
tired.
13-year super run that we've never
and he's
seen
from
anything like
here.
this.
Yeah.
Like we gotta understand, like the guy who's been the top rapper giving us top #1 billboards for the last 13 years, even if he's not putting on all the Toronto rappers and everything, he's from here.
He's from here.
So he's put us in the conversation so crazy
Yeah.
that now we just got to do the rest.
Yeah.
Straight goods.
Which I agree.
Like
Which I agree.
Like Toronto is a ting, and those people in down south know that. Because of Drake and because of the way that we
That's why I'm
piled on too, fam.
them just give them one more thing, like don't that.
But fam, like the man gave us a
kill you at them,
lot,
dog.
bro.
Like, boom, throw the China youth at him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's all I'm saying. Like
yeah,
he
he's
gave
giving
us a lot, bro.
Yeah, I forgive them some more.
So he needs his time.
Yeah.
You just brought up something.
Quality
Toronto.
time, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah. Regain that mind, control.
Settle back in.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think the industry does hold a little bit of darkness over you. You might start indulging in things you normally wouldn't on an everyday basis, but because you're always moving and going, that's the way to settle yourself. He's probably drinking a lot, maybe, you know what I mean?
You're
You
always
check
out, fam. You're always moving around.
Around.
People giving you free shit. Like, nah, fam. Let me just stay
Just
in
let
the
me
house.
get back. Let me center myself.
Yeah.
Back to myself.
Yeah.
And then we'll hit the road
It's
again.
probably like I haven't even been to the south side of my mansion yet.
Yes.
What does it look like, guys?
And like, just to give you guys like a little insight, like I y'all know I 40's my homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, the man works a lot, but I can also see that he has downtime. I've seen him on Instagram fishing and stuff like that. Like he's doing downtime.
Yeah.
It seems like Drake, even when he seems like he's having a good time partying, it's just it's work. All demand them around. Like fam, like just not even demand them around for a second. Like Chubbs,
Leave me by
everybody just
myself.
Back off. Let me
Like,
just
all
by
y'all go on
myself,
vacation.
you know.
Everybody go on
Yes.
vacation.
Everybody out my house.
Take a break.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Let me just hear silence.
Yeah.
And then let me reassess.
Bet you he gets married.
Yeah.
Yeah, fam.
But he gets
That's
married
an
and-
interesting take to say the least. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he needs to live some life now. And
We
then.
want the best for this man in the end of the day. Because then he's going to be able to produce more for the whole country, fam.
You made a point. I know why everyone was kind of like up there with it too. Because he hasn't, like, the elevation of the life. We already know what he's doing.
Yeah.
We need something new about him. We need to know what the next kid's name's going to be. Like, we got to hear, like, there was a kid born and no one's seen him yet. Like, we got to hear who the next who his wife is going to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Some grown man experiences.
grown man, yeah.
We've been watching,
Yeah.
we've been listening to Drake, and I don't know if you want to wrap this Drake thing after this, but we've been listening to Drake from a dark place for the last 3-4 albums. And he's saying it in the albums, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, head get hot, you know what I mean? I'm coming from, I think he's even said he's in a dark place in a few bars, you know what I'm saying? The way he's talking about women is not in a most favorable manner anymore. Like, you don't sound like a happy nigga, bro.
Not like the nice Canadian
Yeah.
Drake kid that we knew
Yeah.
at the beginning of everything.
Go take a break,
You know what I
fam.
mean?
You sound very upset, angry. You need some time to just whoosah
Yeah.
and then come back as a new man. You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
it is.
Because we're hearing it, fam. We're hearing
You can
angry
hear
Drake, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man's a drill rapper, fam.
No.
He might be a victim of his own success.
Yes, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I feel
Man,
that.
Just
I feel that.
cool off for a second, fam, before he hurt somebody, fam. Like, whoa.
You said Toronto. All right. We know Toronto is an interesting city.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah.
Do rappers, DJs, live streamers, beat makers, managers have to check in when they come to Toronto?
I feel there is. I feel there is. There's someone you must always check in with. Any city you go to. How
There's
you
people
get
you
your
can
weed?
check in with.
How you get your weed? How you know where to go? How you know where not to go?
If you're moving around in the streets just like the other day, like the two streamers Annoying and
Cap,
Cap.
Cap,
Cap
yeah.
the God,
Yeah. First of all, you're in a totally different city, boss.
Yeah.
With your door open and your chain on. Anybody that's really, really in the streets knows that's a no-no anywhere you go, bro.
Wherever you go.
That's a no-no.
That's a no-no.
We know that, bro.
Yeah.
So then it's like now that a lot of these guys that's not in the streets, but almost living the street life, that's why they're getting picked up like that. You understand? Because you don't know. Come on, bro. We all know that.
That's how you idiot thing with 4 E's to be like, the idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is a degree of checking in that has to happen, but it depends on who you are. Annoying TV and Cap the God did not have to check in to stay safe. They just had to stop moving like as if everything was sweet.
Yeah.
But a DJ Drama, who's somebody on that level, who's going to be moving around with hundreds of $1,000s worth of jewelry in parties where guys are, you might need to go, and I don't maybe not use the word check in, but go and tap in with somebody who, like you were saying, could show you who to move, how to move around. Don't go here. You know what I'm saying? He's with me. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we can't act like Toronto's not a world-class city.
100%.
Right? That is the 4th largest city in North America.
Yeah.
A high population of people means there's poverty, and then there's going to be hungry guys.
Yeah, fam.
Right? So did he see your chain? You're walking with $100K on your neck, and you're famous.
Yo, the way the wolf is chomping his...
Right? Like, I know Americans have a hard time grasping this check-in in Canada thing, but it's not Canada, it's Toronto.
It's their mentality. Remember, when you're inside of America, you're American, and in your mind, nothing else matters outside of America. Yeah. You understand? And then when you come to a nice, peaceful country like Canada now, and you get a reality check, then it's like, yo, what the fuck?
That wasn't supposed to happen to me.
Or, if you want to stay in your hotel room the whole time, then you don't have to check in with nobody.
Yeah.
But if you want to go moving around in the parties with all your jewelry, you might want to just roll with some people who are respected.
Yep.
It's not a whole thing like, oh, can I be in your city? Here's some money to stay in your city. Like, no, we're not trying to act like people are supposed to be bitches. Yeah. But just use your brain. If I'm going anywhere, fuck Toronto, anywhere, and I'm trying to move around heavy, I should know somebody in the city who's like, nah, fam, maybe this is not the place to go. Or maybe we should roll with a few more guys from the city so that, we can hold you down. Why should it be different here? Yeah. Because we say a boat, an A?
Yeah.
Come on, fam. Like, these guys in the States get
we're all listening to
the
same energy, the same vibe.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful, fam, because I see Charlemagne, I see all these guys like checking in Canada. Like, why would you guys think that that's the case when, like, you guys wouldn't go around Canada, not Canada, but let me specify, Toronto. You wouldn't go around Toronto lacking, making them jokes on your radio show and stuff like that. Charlemagne would be here with security.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's not a checking thing. Be careful, fam.
Yeah. But you still got to talk to, like, anybody I know that's came to this country from the Americas and as an artist, I've always seen somebody from the streets around them. Trust me. And the minute I don't see a person that's familiar from the streets around them, you normally hear something happen to them.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's real like that. And I just think they should stop, like, because of our accent, they're taking that as like a jab. They think it, because the man even said, when I heard the accent, I didn't take it serious. I go, oh my God.
Yeah.
If I was in that fucking room, I would have been like, boy, this guy is serious right now. You hear what he said? You hear what he said?
And click clack is very universal.
You hear what he said? Anywhere, bro. Anywhere.
Click. Oh, I understand that language.
Understand that.
What?
Yeah.
Are you cocking it back, bro? Oh, I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm understanding everything
perfectly.
I'm just speaking proper English to me, buddy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I see the little jabs and then Tate comes with, oh man, what's a man? Man, Canada? Yo. I was like, you're next.
It's such an old joke that these guys are still running, fam. Yeah. This is 90s jokes that they're still running on Canada.
Us, bro.
Remember when they thought we lived in igloos and it was only snow here and all type of craziness?
You unbox them.
Bus.
I think this is why guys are actually getting jammed now.
Yeah.
Because you guys are still running these jokes down south in the States. Andrew Tate, like you just said. So it's like now mans have gotten they've gotten to a boiling point where it's like, fam,
watch.
Come over here and find out.
Yeah. When I string you up.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like, When I see them yapping now, I'm just like, Yeah. I just sit back and I watch.
Look at the comments. Like, I posted Charlemagne when he was talking about the drama thing. Canada? Check in where? Immigration? Right? Yo, people in the comments were like, yo, watch when you come here. I'm thinking to myself, yo, bruh.
You don't even know how serious them. That's the thing. America would be like, they'd be like, watch when we. You kind of could slip by it because such a big. This is a small, like a golf ball, Toronto. As soon as you land, I'm at the airport. I say, yo, you don't even know them and just see.
Your security is be like, yo, fam.
Your own security, I tell us. Your security would need security.
Fam, I've been recognized by security at Pearson. So you're telling me a famous celebrity like Charlamagne the God ain't gonna get recognized coming into the city?
And a text is sent one time?
One time.
Man, them live in the Rex. There's right down the road from the damn airport.
Right? You're in Moncton and Rex, so they will catch you first.
Holy.
You know, yeah, real. So I just think that's the part about when they're trying to diss us like that. And then that's why it comes back to Drake putting some of us on the album.
This guy can stay on that.
Is this the name of this podcast today? Drake should have put a Toronto Man on the album?
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with Friday?
hey, listen, man.
Yo, that's
Sounds
gonna get
like a hot title
That's
to
gonna
me.
get this guy's gonna be pointing
I just
fingers
don't
right
want
at
no
me.
DMs. Drizzy, just relax. Don't Joe Button me. I'm a retired rapper.
He's gonna get you
I know
for
I
me.
didn't get the success neither. I don't got no hits. You know what I'm saying? 450
There's a 450 man grinning,
jeans.
mugging in a room somewhere.
Nah, fam, I don't even get that many people at my shows, fam. So it's an easy diss to diss me, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think UK has the same issues that we have in Toronto where they're not really taking them serious in the UK? Or UK is so far that they don't even worry about something like that?
About what?
About having to check in and those type of stuff.
Wow.
They got checking over there too.
Checking over there. You're mad.
They're not just going to Brixton and all these
Yeah.
different places.
What?
And they know it too.
Yeah.
They just don't talk about it. Americans have a lot of pride. So
Yeah.
imagine them talking about, I went to the UK and I had to check in with the man them.
Yeah.
Now you look soft, but it doesn't make you look soft, fam.
Bro. Makes-
You have to check in, fam.
Came back with your head on your shoulders.
Come on, fam. Like, you can't just go to foreign lands.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to foreign lands and be non-famous, like, bro, I don't go to Mexico wearing a bunch of jewelry.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Why am I going to disrespect them like that, fam?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Right?
Hector, you're not coming back.
So now if you know my face from TV,
Yeah.
you can Google my net worth.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go there with my chains and all that and be like, nobody going to do nothing to me. That's arrogant.
So
man.
they're not rolling with security or nothing. They're just rolling with two little promoters or
I
whatever
don't
the
even
case
know
is?
what happened with Drama. If he didn't have security, then that's him disrespecting
Respecting
the
himself.
level of what could happen
Yeah.
when you are not even in Toronto, just anywhere,
Period.
fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's his own fault, bro.
Yeah. It's not what it used to be when you used to come and we'd be starstruck. Now it's just a normal thing. We have our own stars.
But fam, even when we were like, OD glazing these American guys back in the days in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Billy Danz, Rob from MOP.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Proof got beat up outside of Life nightclub.
Redman
You know
and
what I'm
Method
saying?
Man got their ass.
Redman got his chain robbed in Montreal
Yeah,
too.
and here, I know.
Yes,
definitely
I
know
was
them
there.
Beat him up.
Yeah.
Yo, the man, Redman, he did a stage dive when he used to. He still does the stage dive, but he did a stage dive
And-
in Montreal. Like, he just did like a open hand room and dropped onto the crowd.
Yeah.
And when he came up from the crowd, that like chain that he had with like the weed leaf was gone.
Why wouldn't you think it would be gone?
Because he thought he was in Canada and we're all just glazing. Oh my God, you're Redman. Oh, give me that
Give me
chain,
that.
nigga.
Gone.
This is the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, why do people act like it's never happened before?
And even what DMX got it? Just
DMX,
trying to go
mad
score.
people have gotten robbed in the city.
Yeah.
So I
And
don't
ones we probably don't even know.
Oh my God. Yo, G.R. Ryder.
Yeah. Oh, he was already.
They had this guy
I
like
remember a lot of this was
accosted.
pre-Instagram and all of this stuff. So if you're in the streets, you know
I gone.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, fam. It's not just sweet out here like that. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to enforce bad manism or
no.
whatever. But
No.
like, fam, like at the same time, just be cautious anywhere you go. Respect the streets, fam.
Yeah, respect
Respect the code.
Yeah, respect
code.
it. Respect the
Especially
place.
if you're gonna be living that type of lifestyle
Yeah.
in that thing. I don't think somebody like Holly Berry needs to check in when she comes
No.
in. You know what I
She
mean?
probably does with somebody who's on a higher level that can bring her to the more prestige place, and she's not walking into Wendy's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
at least
You're
you have two
connecting
securities.
the dots everywhere you go with the right set of people, in whatever lifestyle you're in. You know what I mean?
even when I was in Miami, I got dropped off in Opalaka projects
Oh Lord.
at like 12 at night, fam. It was a mistake made by a Uber driver. Imagine 3 black guys, no, 1 white guy, 1 Asian looking guy, and 1 black guy walking with luggage in the middle of the night down Opalaka projects. Dog.
Jesus.
Okay? I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I immediately called somebody that I knew in Florida, and they came and got me because I went to talk to someone, and immediately as soon as they heard me, they're like, "You stay right here, nigga. I'll be back."
Food, bro. No.
I said no. I ran right to the nearest hotel. There's a hotel around somewhere. And then I waited there, and I got in contact with somebody from that state, and then that A&R picked me up, who was dealing with Cool and Dre, and they were like, "Dog, you can't just be roaming around here like this." And then it's real, and I'm glad I checked in with somebody from that city, or else I would have been dog food. All over the place. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact, even in the States, it's the same thing, right? You don't let them know all your information, but it's good to...
If you're connected, you got to stay connected and keep it moving.
Yeah,
respect the code.
Yeah, let them know you're there, dog. You have to let people know you're here and let them know, try to go home safe.
Yeah, you got to move right.
Right, move for straight.
Couple days ago, BET Hip Hop Awards happened, all right?
Yeah, man.
When do you think Toronto... Or even, okay, let's expand it, because I think a lot of times, because we live in Toronto, we forget that there's everywhere else, but you're from originally Montreal, so you have both. When do you think Canada would get something where it's respected like that, where everybody is involved, people from the upper echelon to the street to the mid-level people? When do you think we'd actually get something where they're even including podcasters, like the real deal?
Yeah.
When do you think we'll get something like that?
I don't know.
That's a great question, man. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer that's like, it'll never happen. But I can't even see it happening.
Well,
like they had the Legacy Awards. The other day.
Yeah. But then again, that's
but
more
to tell you,
upper
we
echelon.
didn't, were we invited to that?
I feel like we might have been nominated for... No, they didn't have a podcast category in there.
No? Wrong.
Listen, fam, I watched it through Instagram. So I never got no emails about your pull-up.
And see, that's the thing. Maybe that's the reason why it won't be as big, because not everybody's getting the invite they need, who are actually doing something. Some people are like getting repeated. Like they're just going for what they know instead of going for what's new sometimes. So it's like there's things going on, but we're not always there. We're missing things, like, because I was at a Cut Awards before, Canadian Hip Hop Awards, but it was out in Winnipeg. So all of Toronto had to travel to Winnipeg. Mind you, very, very, how would you say it, low budget. But it was something around those times, I think around 2015. That was the only thing closest to like a hip-hop awards for Canada I've ever seen, right?
To be able to pull off something like how the BET Awards and all these huge award shows, besides the producers and them having the amount of money to pull it off, you have to have huge sponsorship. And our country, the sponsorship doesn't believe that hip-hop can turn their dollars.
Until Tory Lanez and Drake popped up. You see, pre that, I could kind of understand that argument. Now that these two giants live in your city, there's no way you guys could really still look at me in my face, tell me that with a straight face, and make me believe it. That's impossible.
Well, they're trying to sell like Chryslers off of an award show. I don't know, new subscription to a television like Stack TV and whatever. So we have to make them believe that they can still sell these products on a hip hop award show, right? In the States, the proof of concept's been there, okay? And they have multiple different people that can advertise. Okay, we'll throw up a Wendy's commercial during the BET Awards and a Popeyes commercial and whatever.
Yeah, whatever demographic hits us too.
Exactly.
We're known to shop at or whatever. You might see a Walmart.
Yeah, and they got so much more black people and so much more people of color and people part of the culture to be able to target with those different sponsorships that they have for those awards. We ain't got it over here like that, or they don't believe that those dollars can turn.
I think it's more of a not believe opposed to a thing. They're probably 10, 12, 15, 20 years ago, they might have tried to say it didn't work, okay, cool. But in a 2023 type of setting, me personally, I don't think so. I think that it can work as long as you're remember, outside of listening to hip hop and all this stuff, reggae, whatever, we live normal lives.
Yeah.
We go to Walmart, we buy KFC, we drive cars, we buy gas, we buy clothes, we do everything normal. We just might listen to something different. On Spotify. You understand? We shop on Amazon.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's the difference?
Yeah, they could all advertise. They have to see it, right? Somebody has to take the chance. Let's say 5 different, sponsors and, put that kind of money together. So now they have like $1 million budget to really pull off a proper award show.
But the people who control that, because our stuff is so private, it's like Factor. If we're going to do an award show, they're the ones who step into play and give us the money. See, that's where it has to be private. Like, man, with money.
But you're going to have a lot of money to make it look proper.
Right?
Yeah, I'm talking about upward of $500,000 to really pull it off.
Yeah, but you don't think there's money like that in the city right now, boss? Oh, this isn't the 90s. This is,
of course.
There's right now, if you have a good investor could come up with the 500,000, don't even blink, boss.
Yeah, boss.
As long as the plan is right.
Yeah. Right? That's on $5 for him.
Hip-hop awards,
Right?
I'm not trying to tell you how to spend your money, homie.
But that would help us. That would help us in your little break that you taking. You still get nominated.
Yeah.
You'll even take one home.
Hip-hop awards sponsored
Canadian
by
hip hop.
OVO.
Yeah, Canadian hip hop awards.
OVO
right?
Radio.
Yeah. Virgin. I don't know.
Yeah. Bell Media.
Bell Media got to step into play.
Like, we're really talking about like how they push the Junos. Like how that Juno looks like it's so shiny, but just all quote unquote urban.
Yeah.
Do that with that kind of money. Oh my God. Can we really fill up the slots now? And that's what I'm asking now. If we have that kind of money, do we have the amount of people to be able to fill up a 2-hour program that people are going to watch?
Yep.
I think once it's put in a certain type of box, yes. If it's really like hood and just these guys over here, my ops might be here. No. The same glossy look. Look, this is Legacy's Awards, second year. They have that look. You understand?
Yeah.
And they had that look from the first year out. So then we know it's possible.
Yeah.
We know it's possible. It's just now who is going to take charge and say, listen, this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
That's really where we're at right now.
Shout out like DJ Mel Boogie and them. I know they're into the Junos behind the scenes. Maybe them.
But don't you ever figure that there's almost like 2 different tiers of black people in entertainment?
Yeah.
Where there's these guys over here, these guys here, and you rarely meet in the middle?
You got the black boule, and then you got the lower class.
Yeah.
You got the cockroaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're in the cockroach section.
Yeah.
I don't mind, though.
Like, you see all of these different things that go on, and like some of the shows that happen and stuff like that. And they be acting like We Love Hip Hop and been around here for the last, and Entertainment Report podcast hasn't been around here for the last 7 years, pushing out content that they react to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Weird,
like,
huh?
fam, when these award shows come around, not even the invite, like, we're not even considered. Like, and they have their little group that they're always keep on just sucking the same dick up.
Nominate someone, like come up and be like, hey, like artist of the year is, and me and him saying it, they don't think like that. To elevate the shock value of our city.
If you're not part of the clique, then you can't come to the party.
Listen, I know right now, hip-hop wise, ladies are really, they seem to be running the scene right now, the ladies, all right? But hip-hop is down, they said, in sales 40%.
40%, yeah.
All right? What does that really mean? If the ladies are running it and the sales are down 40%, are the ladies really running it?
Yes, but they're running it at something that's at a lower standard or a lower tier at this point. I think the standard of hip-hop has gone down over the last 10, 15 years as far as the quality, as far as the lyricism. We've complained about it and then been told to shut up and then complained about it again and then sometimes been hurt a little bit. But then now here we are with the results, 40% less in sales. Not only is it where a lot of people are just fed up, the fans are not taking hip-hop as serious. It's coming out super quickly and at such a low level that a song's here today, gone tomorrow, same with an album.
Yep.
So how can it even sustain that market value where it's at the top when it's just such a quick flip? How's that possible? It doesn't even add up.
Yeah.
You were okay. Well, what if you were putting out quality music, all right, at this high level? Do you think that would help the situation, or it's just people aren't really paying attention? So even if it was at the highest quality, it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah, because they're killing it within. That's how you kill something within. They've already pushed agendas on us, like, certain things are now in hip hop. Certain people are now in hip hop. Certain looks are now, and there's different genres that they made in behind. Like, remember before it was boom bap?
Yeah.
Oh, you got that club sound. Two ways about it. You have your A side record and you have your B side record. Now everything is just one right to you so fast, popcorn, boom, there you go. That it never gives me a time to be like, I'm waiting for that album to come out. The only person has been is Drake.
Yeah.
For real.
He's the only old element of hip hop. That's why I'm so mad at him, in a little bit of a certain sense, because he should have kept that element still with the crew love, the stuff like that, right? To show that this is how you keep it alive.
Yeah.
Right? So where they're killing it is like by not keeping it alive, by not having like real artists come back, not having them out every day. Like Kendrick, I'm waiting for him, because I don't get to see him on Instagram every day. So I'm actually interested in him as an artist. You get what I'm saying? So the element, like when I see now, let's give an example, Sexy Red. I've been hearing her all month. I've been hearing her all year now. I don't care, right? Even if she goes away and comes back with another Scratch My Pum Pum record, I won't care. You get what I'm saying? Because the way they're killing it within, it's making me have less interest, because then the next day I see a girl that looks exactly like her come out. So it doesn't give me that strong tribal feel that we used to have with it when it was ours. They knew how to murder it.
Yeah. And there's more stuff to listen to now too. There's more content, period. Right? We don't have to just go to listen to music when we're just spending spare time or on our downtime. You know what I mean? We can go listen to a podcast if we're tired of listening to trash hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't have the level of quality that low when there's so many choices out there.
Yeah.
And these country guys and different people like that,
They're wicked.
They're not going down in their level of quality. They're actually stepping it up.
They're actually teething our songs and remaking them and making them sound better.
Yeah.
I heard Blackstreet on one of these youths the other day. I should have sent it to you. Bro.
Yeah.
This guy is wicked. Like, I'm going to get his name and send him to you. Bro.
I wanna hang.
Bro. I think I saved it. I'll find it. Bruh. Country music.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing more black country singers too. There's a couple that are out right now that are booming the place up, right? So I know where the labels are going. It's like we talked about it the other day, where the music's going, right? They're not looking at us anymore for our creation.
And the quality's better. Like an Afrobeat song, when you hear all of the different chants and the extra choruses and everything.
It's a big sound. It's
Yes.
It sounds right.
Yes.
Yeah,
it sounds like there's
yeah.
thought put into it. It's not just
Yeah.
I went into the studio, ran the track, just jumped on the thing, didn't even write anything down. I just spit off the top of my head. Yeah. And then, I left the booth and done. I might have added some doubles on top of that and done.
You know what kills me? When they tell me, yo, I made this song in 10 minutes, I'd be like, it sounds like it.
Yep,
Proud of
exactly like it.
It sounds like it, buddy. Don't ever tell me that. I swear to God, I'll throw your CD behind my back.
I'm proud.
Don't tell me that.
That's not a stunt.
That's not a stunt. You're not stunting on me. You
Take
made it
some
in
more
10
time
minutes.
on that.
Sounds
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Go take another hour on that.
Yeah. Should have told me 10 years to take it for that. Me to give you something. Me to say, all right, keep going with that
You
music.
think Toronto would ever get a Sexy Red? Because I see Double M as more of a Ice Spice. You understand? But do you think we'll ever get a Sexy Red coming out of Toronto's rap scene?
It would have to be a reggae kind of vibe, though. It would have to be a girl, reggae. It'd have to be reggae.
You think so?
Yeah, man, because these girls are, it's okay. All I've noticed out of Toronto when it's like girls being ratchet, it hasn't been actual black women. Just trust me on something.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. I'm honestly, I'm not being but I'm proud of that. Okay, because they have brought up C. Now, why I could say it has to be more of a reggae lane, because when we grow up in our Caribbean household, we love to wind up ourselves. I don't mind. Like you can still, you see your auntie them wind up themselves. You see everybody all wind up. So it's a natural thing. Down south now, twerking is the wind up. So when you're coming from down south, you can do that, and it's something in the household that no one ain't gonna look at you wrong. So Sexy Red is meant to be, because she a down south chick. So in order for Toronto to have it, it has to be a West Indian girl. It can't be a Toronto. I don't want to label anybody, but Scotian, or it can't be that, because then it would be more on our American tip.
Yeah, we're still on their dick. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be where we're like our Caribbean roots or our African roots, and let me see you shake that fat ass. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, it's past just twerking, because remember who it was really. Miley Cyrus is the one that put twerking onto the masses. You remember when it was the VMA Awards? It was Miley Cyrus. She's the one that put that into that.
For white women, for white women, for white women.
We knew it all along, but when that word twerk really came into your lexicon, it was because of what Miley Cyrus did at that time.
Yin Yang twins.
So,
we Yin Yang twins, but
yeah.
What's the why you twerk?
So then it's bigger than just the movement. I mean the whole lifestyle, the whole tattoo pa face, and
still have to be
talking about this is what I'm doing, and my booty hole's brown, and my
it would still have to be.
You know what I mean?
It would still have to be an article, yard gal.
I can't see it because we are so West Indians. We're not programmed that way.
No.
We would do the dance,
Yeah.
but I don't think we would express it the way how a sexy
What about
red
Lady
would express it.
Saha?
When she turned church lady.
She didn't express it.
I don't know, dog.
No, not in the super
her lyrics were
ratchetness of what it is. Well, okay, you know what we're talking about. If Lady Saw was existing in 2023, would she be comparable to Sexy Red? You know what? From that point of view, that's a good question, because remember, everything progressed, because where we started to see the ratchetness first was Little Kim Foxy Brown. And then they took it up
where
a
you think
notch.
them get it from? Where you think them really get it from?
Well, remember,
where you think Foxy and them
remember
get it
Foxy
from?
is
New York.
Trinity, so then she,
all right. They seen it first in the home, the Caribbean home, so it's ours. Like it's like there's a different. If it's from Toronto, I'm telling you, it has to be a Caribbean girl. It can't be. Sorry to say, I know you chromas. It can't be that.
Yeah.
It won't. It's good. It's good. She's good on her aspect of it, but it's like for me to really be like, yo, this is like a Sexy Red. It has to be a article thing. It has to be a black girl. It really has to be. Everything I've seen so far that's ratchet coming out of our city hasn't been. So it works for the time being, but it's never taken that serious.
Yeah.
If it was a black girl, I bet you would be taken more serious.
And then we need more successful artists out of Toronto, period, to be able to say, okay, now we could push out like a Sexy Red type.
Exactly.
And like everybody in the States mess with it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we ain't there yet. Like we got Drake, Nav, Tory for the most part, right?
Belly.
And Belly, but like we don't have 10, 15, 30 Toronto rappers who are mega successful. We're like, now let's try a thing and see if we can get a Sexy Red type out there.
Exactly.
Like the whole scene's not there yet. Like
when you
it might be a good look. It might look cool, but it's just gonna flop.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
It would look like we're biting them.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I say it has to be article.
has to come from.
Has to come from one of these Caribbean backgrounds or African background for it to look
Authentic.
authentic.
We'll leave that in the comments and see.
And they can still be born here. They can still be born here. But it's just
The roots has to be
the roots.
Yeah.
The roots has to be there because it's only seemed like it's only been begging from our city because it's not really what America wants to see. You kind of see what I'm saying? They keep seeing a lighter shade come and be right and saying the N-word and being very vocal about certain things that ain't from their culture, really. So it doesn't work for them. Then they end up being on OF, or then they end up being this. Now, if it's an article gal from our city and they're looking like what we're used to, then it will work because we're back. It will be like, yo, she's talking the real thing. She's, you know what I mean? And we could understand it. It's relation. It's how you relate to it.
all right. Like I could definitely see that. You brought up Tory Lanez, all right? Tory Lanez, he's in jail right now doing it. Was 10 years they gave him?
Yeah, they gave him 10.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do 7.
And
That's a
he did
long
2 already or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Tory Lanez' career could survive doing straight 10 years, say he had to do every day in jail,
Yeah.
and getting deported back to Canada? Do you think his career as a Tory Lanez, we know it today, could survive?
He's going to definitely take a dip in his market value, but he's going to still be able to survive.
For sure.
Once he comes home after, like, he's still going to have albums. And I've said this multiple times, and it never caught no fire. The man has like 15 pre-recorded projects. So if you're going to be doing a long bid, he'll still be able to put out an album a year until the time he comes home. Maybe even 2, right? So now by the time he touches road and like he keeps the anticipation going, right? 10 years might be a stretch. But let's say he does the 2/3, the 7, whatever, 6, you'll be all right. He won't be able to move around the States, but you got Europe, you got all these different places.
Got Africa.
But okay, but remember, hip-hop is something where it's always the cool factor. Once you're moving around inside of the States, that gives you the cool factor.
Yeah,
so then now that I'm moving around everywhere except for the States, do I still have that cool factor?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It might be a tough one for him. Yeah.
No, because he's already done it. And the States is what lock his ass up. We going back to we going back to the scene of the
That's
crap.
where all the money
That's
is.
the cool place. That's
yeah,
where
but
the
Europe
cool
has
things
money too.
happen.
Europe has money too.
We know this, you know.
Yeah.
But the cool, how it looks, you could probably make more money in Europe by getting bigger shows, asking bigger money because you have to go so far. But the cool place to be is L.A., Vegas, in Miami. Those are the cool places to be. Hip hop is based on coolness.
Yeah, but like we said, the next rapper might not come from Canada. It might be from New Zealand. That might be the new cool place to be. So things start to tumbleweed in another direction. You can't stop it. Maybe in 10 years from now, America isn't even existing. I'm being real.
100%.
They're not even a cool place to be, right? Because they have their own genocide system going on. So why would I look what they did to our guy? If you don't learn, you're gonna feel, right? Who the hell would go back to somewhere that crucified them and nearly pretty much ruined their life? You wouldn't want no business.
He wouldn't
there.
be the first.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
you're
I mean?
not gonna want business there again. I'm gone. I'll go to China. I'll go places where they're gonna mess with me still. You know what I mean? You're done there. You've already done it. He'll be okay. I think he'll be great. I put him in like Nelson Mandela, like Tupac shit right now. Like they need to start doing his photos and putting them in barbershops. That's what you'll keep him alive. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real.
Got to make some free Tory t-shirts.
Yeah, free. Some Tory Lanez posters and he'll be all right.
Even because AI is a big thing right now. That's really going to disrupt this industry. What do you guys thought on AI?
I think that right now it's in an infancy stage, and they're doing some things. Like I heard the other day that they actually are going to start doing a copyright thing, and start making it where like you can't reuse people's vocals or remake people's vocals in AI. So they're actually starting to, buckle down a little bit on just the way people have been going crazy making all these AI songs.
Yeah, you don't know what's real now.
Right. But we're still in the infancy stage. So we're hearing the okay sounding versions of AI, right? We're not thinking about the 10 years from now when they really perfect this and then they find ways of implementing it where, yes, we can use that in this circumstance and not in this. Like there's already people who are making AI albums and then providing stems and stuff like that and saying you can use my vocals and stuff like that. I forget her name.
Okay.
Complete different genre of music.
But
like,
embracing the technology
embracing
right
the
away.
technology. You know what I'm saying? So there's not, if that's that one artist and there's probably more, eventually everybody's going to have to acquiesce like how they did with SoundCloud and all of the streaming things. Like that was the first time when everybody was like, oh, what are we going to do? Oh my God, we're not going to be able to sell music the same way. Okay, well, we here now. Now everybody's streaming on Spotify and everything. Like we figured it out, right? So we're going to have to just do another figuring out process.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Same thing. Tell you the truth, I've been skeptical about the AI, right? So I've always been like, it's wrong. It's wrong, Especially, the only way you should be doing AI, especially with someone's music, is if they're passed away. and the family gives you the rights to it to keep the money going, to keep, like I'm telling you, if they did a Pop Smoke AI album right now and put half that money back in his family's pocket, I would agree with it. Because the person isn't around to do the actual real vocals, right?
That's kind of sticky still.
Sticky, but I would rather that than man's being alive and then I hear a Drake and a Weeknd record when you know they didn't do no record. You know what I'm saying, dog? That's like, that's such a cap, you know? And it's like, it's making things really fake. So that means anybody can turn around and just do this. I don't feel it. It's not hard no more, man.
But I think, again, we're seeing it from a different point of view. 15, 16, let's go even lower. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, their mind is not there at all. They don't see it that way. They just, hey, this is nice. Okay, let's play it and share it around. I think that's where the real difference is going to come. Because we've been through the internet ages. We remember when Napster was a thing before SoundCloud and Spotify and Apple Music. We remember that. So, okay, we know how things are going to change.
Yeah.
But then now these kids coming up that's never been through that, just AI, okay, that sounds good. I'm just going to run with it. I think that's the real problem right now.
Yeah.
AI, people that's going to be producing AI and working in AI, they're not concerned with us.
No.
We're not their demographics.
They know who they're going to control. They know who they want to control. And it's the kids. We know. Just got to be, as parents, smart enough to tell them, yo, this is some idiot thing. It's who your parents are. I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. It's all going to boil down in the next 10 to 20 years how your parenting is and who your parents are.
Yeah.
That's simple and plain.
But the parents are going to be mad young because remember, a 40-year-old right now is basically like a 30-year-old right now. We've all aged down 10 years.
10 years.
You understand? Yeah. So then we're all, a 40-year-old is in the same place and consuming the same thing as their
20-year-old.
You understand? And we know what's going on now.
A 20-year-old wakes up with the same problems a 40-year-old wakes up with right now, and that is money. So I have a 20-year-old daughter. She has almost the same problems I am having right now. I got to be like, okay, I got to step up or something. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so with the AI thing, they're controlling it, but it's who's parenting the kids, right? It's who's parenting. I don't care if you're 40 and now you're 30. Like, you know what I mean? Or your 20s or 30s a new 20. And it doesn't matter. It's like what you know. It's
what's instilled in you.
It's what instilled in you, right? I'll give you this. It's the 20-year-olds who are going to become parents soon. We have to be worried about.
That's a fact.
100%.
Those are the ones we have to worry about. Even though I'm raising them, it's that now they get to go out on their own. It's what they now accumulate and learn to advance themselves. They're in a whole different demographic.
Because remember, they haven't seen life pre-internet. We've seen life pre-internet. We know what it is to wake up without internet.
But you know what messes us up? We used to wonder what the 40s look like. Through picture, now they can really go and a whole movie show up.
Yeah.
A whole scenario shows up of just a regular day in 1939, what they were doing on Yonge Street.
Yeah.
I can guarantee, I know for a fact, because so when I heard that just now, I'm like, we used to wonder. They can actually see it. They're actually smarter than us. They're literally.
Well, I could like that.
You know, some of them, right? And then there's other ones that are like, you know, behind.
Head no good,
right? but besides that, the ones that are stuck down and they're still going to school and they're still, you know, they have their education or they're doing things positively. Those are the ones like you can have they understand what's going on, but I know who you're talking about. It's the ones that are subjected to just anything that's new, they attract to, and then it's like, this is what I'm supposed to do. So they get locked into the matrix. Yeah. I know who you're talking about, right? So it all comes back to who we are growing now. But the 20-year-old now who's about to have kids, it's their kid that is going to be the one we have to really worry about who coming with a laser gun and be like, get you out of here. Beep. You're gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like, yo.
Zap you.
Because they're going to know how to create that to like say, how do I get rid of my parents? You know what I mean? Because they're like 10 years behind now, the parent. You know what I mean? Because you threw it back, right? So it's going to get weird. It's going to get wassy with this.
Super.
Yeah.
Right now, Toronto hip hop scene. You guys been in the scene forever. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see if I could frame it this way and it makes sense. What's the biggest difference in the hip hop scene pre-COVID and post-COVID? The Toronto hip hop scene, if there's even any real difference.
Wow. I feel that the hip hop scene has died down a little bit. Okay? Pre-COVID, let's say it's COVID-19, so 2019 is when we heard about it. Mm-hmm. But like prior to that, 2017 to 2019, the city was really on fire. Everybody was moving at all cylinders. Like I'm talking about artists, media. Yeah. Everybody was really getting a lot of traction, motion, as they say now. Mm-hmm. Where now, and then even over the pandemic times, where everybody was just glued to their phones, it even went up a little bit more because everybody was just glued to their phones, right? So there was more traction on all socials. But now that everybody's back outside, there's nobody who's stepping out to be the guy. Like there's a few, obviously, the Mula First and different people who are claiming, yeah, we're the top rappers. But like from the audience standpoint, there's not people that they're like watching on a regular basis. There's new platforms that are popping up. But like with us, like our two platforms, we're Extra Gravy. We're the same ones that have been around for a while. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where back in 2018, there was like a bunch of different YouTube channels, podcasts, content creators. The comedians were doing bare skits. Yep. Like we ain't there no more.
Yeah, the comedians had right. Wowzers.
Yeah. Guys were doing collab skits, all types of stuff.
Like Joseph.
All of them.
The voiceover guy.
Toronto Cody.
Oh,
Toronto guy Cody.
And then he went another way. He went positive. Very positive.
Yeah, we don't have that big ecosystem that we had once upon a time.
Speaking of Toronto guy Cody, I have a direct DM from him with him explaining why he doesn't want anything to do with the music industry. And it was a serious DM. It was where I even had to look into it like more, and then I seen him started posting certain things, and I was like,
then you got it.
I got it. And whatever he is doing right now, God bless, but I know he's doing something probably way better than his passion. But that was a guy that I seen he was going like.
Remember, he did voiceovers before they actually started to add voiceover feature in TikTok and Instagram. Yeah. This guy was doing those from back then.
That guy would have been loaded right now.
Yeah,
loaded. But there was something he seen. He didn't want no part of it.
Spooked out.
Got spooked out. He went to Fair Conway. What you're doing around him.
Seen that. Yeah. Who's you guys? This is the last one out for you guys. Who's your draft picks for 2024? Toronto hip hop, male and female.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
Not at all.
Okay. Draft picks for 2024. I'm gonna stamp again Toby.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think I see a lot of big things for him in 2024. I see a lot of big things for Pressa in 2024.
Yep.
Like he's been here for a while now.
Yeah.
But he's got a new deal. He's moving around. He's kind of been a little bit quiet, but that means that's a good thing. That means they're probably stacking up a lot of, content.
He's in the work,
right?
Yeah.
And then for one more, from the ladies, I feel like Taylor G is gonna do some big things.
Yeah.
I'm seeing her a lot, and I'm seeing just the way that they're putting the package together.
Yeah.
And it's looking better and better and better, and it's very professional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she's talented.
Shout out to Shoebox.
Yeah. Salute to Shoebox.
Yeah, 100%.
That's my three for 2020. And if I could just add one more,
go ahead.
Sad Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see her doing big things in 2024. Yeah.
So what's your picks here?
Yo, bro, I don't even have one, bro.
Yeah.
They don't impress me so far right now. I'm being honest with you.
You're not impressed right now?
I'm not impressed at all. Come for me, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed. There's a couple guys I mess with. They know who they are. I'm there watching it all go down, and I'm still not impressed.
Yeah.
Keep them working,
Yeah. My only draft pick I have, again, I might be totally left, is Double M, boss.
Okay, yeah.
that's a
Okay,
great
yeah.
draft
That's a
pick.
good draft pick.
Listen, when it comes to that, because now, okay, let's circle back to Drake. Everybody thought he was going to come with bars and do bars and all that. Okay, cool, bars are back, and that's not what they got. You see, Double M, when it comes to that word play, boss,
Yo, dangerous.
nobody, guy or girl, is seeing that girl right now, boss.
I know.
Facts.
I know. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
she
right.
nasty
She needs
with
a
it,
sick
bro.
feature or
Holy
something with
bro.
someone. Yeah.
All she needs is that one song.
Yeah.
That one song, put together that one song, and you're out that door. Once that song catches, it's been a long time since I've been so impressed with somebody that plays with words.
And her live performances are
Dope.
on point.
Yeah.
too.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Dope. Dope.
I had the pleasure to host all women's showcase that they had not too long ago. Salute to JD Era who put it all together, and she was one of the best performances that night. Like she was rapping
I was there.
into the mic,
Yep.
not rapping over her the track. She was just rapping over the instrumentals.
So it wasn't in 2023,
And she didn't have to shake her
24,
ass.
that's impressive like hell.
Yeah. No,
And she
you
didn't
got
have to
to hear
shake her
her
ass.
breath control and stuff.
And she didn't have to shake her body.
But then that's where she's almost, I would put her in the Ice Spice category where, yes, she's a female, she's seductive, she's sexy and stuff, but that's not what she's bringing
I
to
put her in
the
a
game.
Rhapsody.
You know what I mean?
I put her.
Yeah.
I put her in a Rhapsody.
Or Nicki Minaj level.
Nicki Minaj.
Because Nicki she raps.
She raps.
No. Nikki, we know that she raps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I put her more in the Rhapsody, the Nicki category. And if one of these labels really take her in, like Warner, you know what I mean? We know what you're looking for. It would help her, really help her. So.
And last thing, even because you mentioned the labels, if you all labels are signing these rappers, change their lives, okay?
Yeah.
Give them a bag. Don't shortchange them, okay? I'm talking to the Canadian labels, okay?
Yeah.
If you really, really want to push these guys, don't just sign them and then just put a little bit behind them. Like, put the lion's share behind them like they do in the American counterpart of the Warners, Sonys, or any of them. You know what I mean? When they sign somebody, you can see that they're taking it seriously. They're not putting a few tens of thousands into it. They're putting hundreds of thousands into it.
Yeah.
Make it where like the advances were so nice that this person was able to leave their neighborhood, go get a down payment on a house. You know what I'm saying?
Change your life. This is really what they wanted to do, was change their situation.
I'm not trying to hear it as you were signed and you were signed for 25,000. Nah, fuck that. Like 200,000.
Yeah.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Open the bank.
Yeah.
Maybe sign less guys and then just open the bank on the people who you really think that are going to really make you this money, but really spend it so that you could actually see the results. Because a lot of times they'll be like, we tried, it didn't work out. And then they're like, okay, well, we're just going to do something else. No, you didn't really try.
Yeah. No.
You didn't really
wanted
put
him
the
to do
money
everything.
behind them to try. You know what I'm saying? Like billboards everywhere.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. The Canadian divisions. The Americans, we know they already do that.
They do
talking
that
about the
automatic.
Canadian ones down there on Party Street there in Liberty Village or whatever. Like I know where they all are. Open the bank up. Stop playing.
Yeah. Open the doors up for
Make
them.
it
And
official.
start signing some podcasts too. Stop playing.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying us, but I'm just saying
Start signing some podcasts.
start signing some content creators.
Yeah, because that bill didn't get passed for where they're going to be blocking like the where the content creators have to show.
It's already in effect, fam. It's not
Did
a
it
bill
get
no
passed?
more.
I heard it's
That was
it's done.
where they're blocking
The
news
Canadian
sites
News Act.
Yeah. But they have
And
something else that they're working
now
on for podcasts.
For podcasts.
Yeah.
For them, they're going to come take your money.
Blood clot.
Yeah,
But
they're working,
no,
it's the
it didn't
CRTC.
pass.
They're trying
it didn't
to
pass, though. I believe it didn't pass.
I thought it was something that just came up late. I thought they were
Just came,
still
but
working on
They're
it.
working on it not to pass. They're working on it, I guess. Right? But that's a big thing you got to watch out for. They're coming, bruh.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Listen,
They're going to block what we say on shit.
I covered most of my topics. You guys have any topics that I didn't cover that you guys want to cover right here today?
I think I'm good. I got pissed.
I'm
My
good,
old
man.
man bladder.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. I think I got my point across, man. Anything you asked, I was honest
And
about.
what's the name of this episode again? Drake didn't put Canadian rappers on the
They
album.
put a
That's the name
Toronto
of it?
rapper on the album.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we in trouble. Let's do it, though.
Friday's going to get the DM. You understand?
I know, and then I'm going to be like, oh, God.
Send all DMs to Trapper John on Instagram. Okay?
TRAPPHERAJOHN.
Gentlemen, it's always a vibe. Friday,
Yes.
connecting. Dusty first time,
Yeah, I
but
already
trust me, it's always a vibe to sit down and speak to people that we're all in the same boat. You understand? A lot of time you speak to rappers, yeah, okay, you're rapping to and stuff like that, or you might speak to a producer, director. But when you speak to somebody else that's in the exact same thing that you're doing, even if, okay, yeah, you guys are more hip hop centric, I'm more dancehall reggae centric, but we're still doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
We
You
podcasting,
understand?
man.
Yeah, man. Same.
Gentlemen, always a vibe.
Always a vibe.
Salute.
Thank you again for
Thank you
pulling
for
up.
having
You understand?
Yeah, man. What do you mean?
Bam. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.